They claim that victory is only written in the eyes of the winner. That not everyone knows both sides of the story, as everyone claims. 5 years leading up until this point. XtremeMania 2. Teacher versus student. Mentor. Protege. A maniac so vile, so ruthless, so cunning, against a man full of nothing but sin, redemption, and vengeance. I speak of Mike Muncy issuing a challenge at XtremeMania 2 in an Xtreme Rules match against a man that needs no introduction. You see, back when I first discovered Muncy, he was one of those typical big men. All muscle, no brain, thinking he could bury someone with the drop of a hat. He didn't get that in me. I put my foot down and I showed him, proved to him where I was, as far as I've come, and what I've taken to get there. He's always had my respect since, and I've had his. But you see, there's only so long you can go with avoiding things. Only so long you can go with avoiding the truth, before finally you have to come full circle and basically make peace with whatever demons you do have. He may see this as a way of trying to prove to himself or trying to prove to others that he is capable of hanging with the top men in the league. He may or may not be able to do it. No one knows. What I do know is that it's going to be no holds barred. Anything goes. Weapons galore. 2 men. 2 monsters of the Midway. Meeting in a square arena. In front of the crowd. Much like that of a gladiatorium. Putting on a bloodbath. A spectacle of sorts. For the world over to see. No set winner. No execution. No one put to death. No one slain. Careers will ever be forever altered. Minds tarnished. Souls destroyed. Bodies battered beyond recognition. I've made a very profound and a very useful name, making sure that when you hear the word Styles, it's synonymous. Much like Raven. You hear Raven, you think of the Flock. You think of the Clockwork Orange match. You think of Raven's rules. You think hardcore. But when I hear Raven, I hear personification. Poetic symbolism. He didn't have to drop pipe bombs to be able to get people to understand what he was saying. He spoke in tone, spoke in melody, got his point across through personal reflection, trials and tribulations, and basically the fault of the world. Channeled everything into one heartfelt emotion and made sure it was put out on the map for everyone to see. When I think of styles, I think of something very much similar, something very much the same. Weapons, brutality, diction, intellect, cryptic, enigmatic. Very so words that can define and can describe almost anyone, but it takes certain characteristics to be able to back up something like that, to be able to possess that same gene and carry it over for 5 years. 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. And be able to channel it into one being. Channel it into the monster that's been dwelling within me ever since my start. This is finally the time to release the beast. This is finally the time to let everything come out. Exorcise my demons. And let them have their way with Mike. Come Mania, you're going to get more than what you bargained for. You wanted a match. I present to you a war. And as to hearing that the Crow decides that he wants to face me, but he's just not sure when. Time's on our side. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running. I'm right here. Whenever you choose the match, whenever you choose when and where, I'm not a very hard man to find. Until then, the main focus will remain on Muncie. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be walking around not keeping an eye over my shoulder. Anything's bound to happen. It's role playing, wrestling. A lot of things can happen. Always got to make sure you stay one step ahead of the game. Pain is temporary, but glory lasts forever. Quote the sinful one. Nevermore.